If y'all are just tuning in, we are about to get ready to go live on the radio here on WYAB. Y'all stay tuned for just 1 second. Y'all stay tuned. We're getting ready to get live on the radio. Mics do work this morning, so there is sound. We're just waiting for the intro song to do its thing, then we'll go live. Boom, shakalaka boom. You've tuned in to the Free Range Human Show of Choice, your daily dose of reality radio. You already know it. This is the Clay Edwards Show. I'm, of course, Clay Edwards. We are live here on 103.9 FM WYAB, as well as the TuneIn app and Alexa. Just search WYAB for your audio-only options. If you want to see Clay, 4K, in 4K, and Lindsey in 4K, just go over to the Save JXN Facebook, YouTube, and X account, or the Rumble page. Search Clay Edwards Show, or the Lindsey Beckham Facebook page. I believe we are streaming live there too. We think we got the technology.
Looks like it.
I think we got the technology rolling there. So good morning to everybody. Hope you got a great Monday, off to a great Monday morning start. Your boy, Lindsey, have you ever had I had a crazy dream. I slept all night. I could have slept another 2 hours. I tell you what,
you had a big weekend.
I did. I was exhausted. I passed out at my desk Saturday night watching football. I ordered some new stickers. I'm out of stickers, and I was perplexed. And I get paralysis by analysis. If I have too many options, I can't make any options.
Then you're so overwhelmed that you just don't make any decisions at all or get anything done.
So
I'm that way
if
too.
you give me just two options, I'll figure it out. Well, I say that what I'm going to say contradicts that, but generally speaking, you just give me two options, I'm done. I can I can pick A or B.
Yeah.
That's why I prefer to go grocery shopping at places without a whole lot of different varieties of stuff. Give me ribeye. Give me Tony Chachere's.
Yeah.
Give me one kind of cheese. Let's keep it simple here. I don't need a lot of variety. I don't need 50 different cheeses to choose from.
Yeah.
But I was on the website that I use. It's one of the rare things I don't use a locally owned business here for my stickers because I just can't find anybody that. I'm not saying they don't exist. I just haven't found a company that does what I like. If y'all know somebody, let me know. But with that said, I found it's a small locally owned company up in Michigan called Machine Studios, and they do phenomenal sticker work. And they even put a little handwritten letter in every package when they send them to you. And that's actually why I started doing that when I sell my shirts now. I put a little handwritten on the.
That means a lot to people too. It really does.
Slip. Yeah, on the packing slip, I just whatever their name is, thank you, FAFO, sign it, date it, so it's like authentic.
Yeah.
Not some printed crap, But anyway, so it's like 500 FAFO stickers. It's $243, I think, which is about 50 cents a piece, roughly. I can get 1,000 for $380, which is 38 cents a piece.
Yeah.
Man, you want to talk about a confliction. I was like, I really want to spend almost $350 on stickers now.
But it's cheaper because you get more.
Yeah. For $100 more, basically, for $140 more, you get twice as many stickers.
Yeah.
And when you give stickers away or you sell them or whatever, I try to put one in for every item of clothing you order, I try to give you a sticker per item, right?
Yeah.
So like everybody, if you order 3 shirts and they're all, especially if they're different sizes, obviously that tells you
So
it's
one's
probably
a
for
gift.
different family members, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever. So it's like everybody gets a sticker.
Yeah.
And I mean, at the end of the day, it's free advertising for me because like I love it, man. All the time I get pictures from people that are behind cars that got a sticker on them. And I'm like, I don't recognize that car. That's awesome, you know?
Yeah.
It happens even more cool when it's out of town. Like somebody be in Florida and they'll get behind a FAFO sticker and they'll send it to me. Like,
Yeah,
what are
that's
the
really cool.
odds
That's really cool.
of that? Yeah, so it's super cool. The movement is way bigger than any one person. You know, like I just kind of hitched my wagon to the FAFO horse and was just came up with a logo that people liked for it and rolled with it. But anyway, so I passed out at my desk without ordering any stickers. When I was watching the end of the LSU Ole Miss game too, so I was quasi occupied, but man, it was a conflict there. Is anybody else like that out there in radio or internet land? Do any of y'all get like that? You just get conflicted, like when you go to order something, like yeah, but if you spend another $50, you can save $20.
And then you start getting your calculator out on your phone and seeing how much are you actually paying per sticker and how much better of a deal you actually get. And
yeah, and these things never happen when I got a little FU money. It's always when money's tight.
Yeah.
I actually put the stickers on the credit card. I was like, I don't know why I'm stressing about this. I'm not paying for it all right now anyway. Just put it on the credit card. I went with the 1,000 stickers, by the way. The next day, I was like, all right, just do the 1,000. You'll regret it when you're out at 500.
Yeah.
And you got to reorder. That's what I kept telling myself. So stickers should be in this time next week. And if anybody knows a great locally owned sticker making company that's what they specialize in, holler at your boy. I may consider, would always prefer to use somebody in state. But I'm very happy with this company out of state. Again, the mom and pop, local, small American-owned business. But I would always rather keep it closer to home. I'd always rather be able to look across the counter at the people I'm doing business with.
Yeah.
That's why I use my boy Michael Applewhite for my shirts out there at Shirt Shop Graphics.
He does a great job.
He really does. And look, man, people are always trying to poach my business. And I just tell them straight up, I'm like, man, look, I've been friends with this guy for 25, 30 years.
I really have people wanting you to use their business to print your shirts. I'm like, trying to give you a better deal.
Yeah. And I'm like, if y'all knew how difficult I was to deal with, you wouldn't want me to. so there's that. And Michael understands all the nuances of working with me. And he's very easy, and I can hit him up at midnight with a shirt idea. And usually by the time I wake up, he's gotten up and worked on it. So it's like, unless you're ready to offer that kind of service or better, I just don't think we're gonna be able to do business with you. But hey, that don't mean you don't do great business. I'm loyal.
Yeah.
To people I do business with. So
did you end up watching the end of that game?
I did. I'm so speaking of conflicted. Speaking of conflicted, as a Mississippi State fan, I have and we're hosting the sports show now, and I'm trying to be unbiased, right? And as a state fan, I can't talk crap about anybody else losing games or nothing. So I'm like, man, I'm just going to, and this has really been the last couple of years, not just this year. I'm like, just screw it. I'm going to be an Ole Miss fan too, or I'm not going to pull against them. I used to actively pull against Ole Miss. But see, I hate LSU too.
I was about to say, except for when they play LSU, right?
Exactly. Yeah, but I hate LSU too. And I know we're the home of the LSU football team here. But if there's a team I dislike as much or more than Ole Miss, it is LSU. In fact, so I was like, can they both lose? Can we get a draw? Anyway, I was at the end of the game, so everybody knows I was actually pulling. I was disappointed Ole Miss lost.
Oh, I was just sick.
Because let me tell you another reason I'm disappointed. Because I've been doing these. Me and Sean have been doing these live remotes at McBee's on Saturdays for the radio show. They're not really live remotes. They're us just using McBee's to do our show because I want to. It's more fun, boots on ground doing it.
Yeah.
In the midst of a sports bar, it just gives it a vibe I don't think you can get from a studio show. So I've watched when Ole Miss is starting at like 11 or 2:30, and it's packed in there. Those Ole Miss fans are coming out and they're really spending money because they're still excited about their team. I ain't seen them but one Mississippi State shirt in there other than mine. But in fairness, I don't think they've been on at those times. But with that said, Ole Miss fans and college sports fans in general, when their team is doing good, they go out and they support these local businesses, and they like to go and they like to watch it communally with other Ole Miss fans, with other state fans, with other JSU, whatever. And when the team sucks or they're out of contention, people they just like, I'll just watch it from home.
Yeah, yeah. So I was never. You want to see a good game. You know? I was to cheer them on.
Like only one time have I watched the Egg Bowl at a bar that I didn't own anyway. When I owned my clubs, I had to because I was there. We were open and stuff for that, especially when it was on the Saturday nights. Thanksgiving nights, we weren't always open on Thanksgiving night. Yeah, we were. But anyway, other than that, I never went and watched it at a sports bar because I don't do it well. I get angry. I like to cuss a lot. Well, I don't like to cuss, but it brings out the game likes to make me cuss a lot.
I saw you commented on that video, the girl who's just like screaming and yelling about how much she hates. Is that an old video? It's the first time I had
Yeah.
seen it. That was hilarious.
So to the best of my knowledge, Kingfish is the reason that video went viral.
It was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
It's the Ole Miss fan. This is from that video is 5, 6, 7 years old.
Is it?
And if not older than that. And yeah, LSU would beat them. And she's throwing that gallon of milk around. And I think her husband's either an LSU or a State fan or something. And he's enjoying making fun of her.
Yeah.
And she's crying and throwing a
And
hissy fit.
She's obviously had a few drinks.
Yeah, I could be wrong. I know Kingfish had that video at some point, but it ended up, I want to say, on his YouTube channel with 12, 13 million views, something crazy.
Yeah, it's the first time I'd ever seen it this morning. And I was laughing so hard.
Yeah, it's like it was a meme before memes. She better be lucky that it happened before memes.
Yeah.
Because it would have gone even more viral.
Yeah.
Because we love that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah, but Ole Miss fans, like we feel her. We feel her pain.
Well, see, I can't say nothing though about people showing their butt after their team loses.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard you set some stuff on fire.
Yeah, so a lot of people out there don't know, haven't put 2 and 2 together. I went viral one time too for an overreaction after a football game. And it was at my own fault. Yeah, it was the first game at Mississippi State post Dak Prescott. And guys, we got a bunch of political stuff we're going to hit this morning. We're just kind of shooting the breeze here this first segment, get everybody a chance to get logged in and get to watching us and stuff. The comments are live. The chats are live if y'all want to jump in there. The Guns of Your text line is live too, 769-241-1944. Mazda Jackson phone line, 601-879-0002. Yeah, it was the first game post Dak Prescott. I guess that would have been 15 or 16. And they lost at home to South Alabama, and Dan Mullen was coaching in shorts. Didn't take that game serious, did he? Did he at all? No. And I took off work that day. I was working at Swain Automotive there on 49 for Miles and Bennett, and then back in the day. And I took Saturday off, and so I'm gonna enjoy this game. And I took all of my Mississippi State stuff. I got drunk too, just for let the record state.
Was this the year that both Ole Miss and State were doing so well, and then Ole Miss lost to LSU that same night?
It's the year after.
The year after, okay.
Yeah, or 2 years after, actually. It was when State and Ole Miss ended up 1 and 2 or 1 and 3. State was 1. I think Ole Miss was 2 or 3. I want to say 3. But then they actually had a good year after that, too, which was 15, because that was in 14. Then they had a really good year in 15, which was Dak's senior year. And then in 16, if my timeline's correct, was the reset.
So you're not supposed to coach in shorts?
It had never been done before, to the best of my knowledge.
Really?
Not in the SEC. So, but
I guess I've never noticed.
It's hot outside. You want to wear shorts. I understand, but you just don't do it. He just wasn't taking it serious. And so they lose. And I'm like, that's it. I'm done. I took all my Mississippi State stuff, which I had a lot at the time. I mean, I was that guy. Every time you saw me, I was Mississippi State top head to toe.
Maroon Fridays every week.
Maroon Friday every week. And I took it all up my driveway. I got some lighter fluid. Went on Facebook Live. And look, the funny part is that it wouldn't even burn good. It burned about as well as they played. But it burned just enough to have to throw it all away. Anyway.
I've done that before. I've gone Facebook Live burning stuff, but it was masks after the school lifted the mask mandates.
The mask burned well.
They sure did.
That was actually the first time I kind of went viral in the Save Jackson realm. Was I had one of those N95s. And it actually looked like an armadillo or something. It was really weird. It was like a hard shaped mask.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, if you didn't know what it was kind of hard to tell what it was. But somewhere in this phone, in my cloud, I have a video and a screenshot of that. And I'll never forget, I ended up deleting that video because people are like, you must want to see Granny die. I said, maybe it's time for Granny to die. And I was like, okay, I probably should have said that. My grandmother, I don't want her to die. So,
yeah. I mean, I was so over it at that point, though. It was like, just burn.
I was watching a video last night on Libs of TikTok on X, and it was a teacher, and we're going to show it online later. The people on the radio may not have the benefit of completely appreciating what they're going to hear. You need the visual to go with it, but it's a classroom full of LGBTQ of some sort, him, she, their, thems, all wearing masks still. And it's like, what are the odds of a whole class being LGBTQ?
Yeah, I see some at the kids' schools. Some kid, these several kids will just be outside, standing outside wearing a daggum mask, and it gets under my skin. I want to go rip it off their faces and look at them like Ron DeSantis looked at that group of kids standing behind him that day, and say, "Take those masks off.
They don't
This
work.
is ridiculous."
So I was I guess it would have been I stayed at somebody else's house Friday night, and I got up around 6:30 in the morning and went home. So I'm coming down. So paint this picture here. So between 6:30 and 7 a.m. I turn on off Highway 80. I take a right onto College Street, which takes me to my house. It's downtown Brandon. It's right in front of the old Brandon High School, which I guess is the middle school or the elementary school now. Elementary school, maybe.
Yeah.
Whatever the old high school is, right there by my house. There's a white guy, walking. And this is where I get a chance to make fun of white people. Walking down the street at 7 o'clock in the morning by himself, not another human around, wearing a face diaper.
Ridiculous.
I almost stopped my car, got out, whooped his ass.
I mean, it makes you want to. It really does.
Like, what is wrong with you?
I mean, that's just as bad as being in the car by yourself with one.
It's like, tell me you're mentally ill without telling me you're mentally ill. I may very well be slightly mentally ill myself. I know Lindsey probably is too. We got to take a break. We'll be right back. Don't forget, we're streaming on social media with the 4K cameras at Save JXN on Facebook, YouTube, and X, as well as the Clay Edwards Show page on Rumble, and back on Facebook at Lindsey Beckham's Facebook. Y'all be sure to hit like, share, all that good stuff. It goes.
We're live on my YouTube, Raising Liberty YouTube.
Are we on your YouTube also?
YouTube
Great. We're on Raising Liberty.
Yeah.
Raising Liberty YouTube. I love it, man. The more places we can send this, the better we are. We will be right back here with Lindsey Beckham on the Clay Edwards Show on WYAB. All right, guys. Good morning there in the chat. Hope you all are doing well. Got a big show planned today. Now, I almost wore one of my new shirts or my hoodie or something, but it's like I don't want to become a caricature of myself wearing FAFO every single time I'm on camera.
Well, I mean, hey,
like
if it sells.
So, we have a bunch of flags in the studio, right?
Uh-huh.
I don't know if everybody can see this.
There are several.
What camera is that? Camera 2. I'm going to show y'all something here. Like, okay, look over here. We have this Trump flag above over Lindsey's shoulder to the other direction.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I don't know if the camera will go far enough
to see.
See, then we have a Trump.
Actual Trump over here.
Yeah, we have a Trump. It's not going to go far enough to show the Trump thing.
I can pull him out.
It doesn't have to. No. Yeah, we have a life-size Trump statue,
complete with his ear bandage and his Clay Edwards Show sticker
and Kim Waite Show sticker too.
Yeah.
We also have behind my head here an FAFO, but it's piled on. Now, where's 3 or 4 flags behind it? So I'm just saying, we do not mind messaging here. We don't mind messaging here at the Clay Edwards Show or WYAB. So I brought another flag from the house that I wasn't doing anything with. I need to hang it up somewhere. We have the old Lions Not Sheep.
All right. I like it. I like it.
Like this, when Lions Not Sheep really blew up during COVID, like it was I'm not following the leader. I'm not wearing the damn face mask.
Yeah. I'm
not getting the jab. And those guys ended up finding out apparently some of their shirts were being made in China. Well, I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, I care, but I don't care. As long as you're not, like, I think you got those advertising made in America. It doesn't matter. You know what? We're home with second chances. I'm giving old dude a second chance. But I love the Lions Not Sheep stuff. I've had this hanging up in my storage room in the house, my back bedroom. And I saw it. I had it kind of folded up so the creases would stay out of it. I was like, I'm bringing that to the studio, and we're going to hang that up.
I like it. I am a fan. Definitely. I have a shirt that says Raising Lions Not Sheep.
Heck yeah. Love it. Jess says that I look like a cut mechanic this morning. I think that's a compliment. I'll take the compliment. Thank you, Jess. Fred says masks are just a political statement now. Indeed they are. And as far as I'm concerned, that's all they've been for a while now.
Yeah, we have a group that we work a lot with, Alliance Defending Freedom, and they are actually representing a child in a lawsuit who was expelled or suspended from school for wearing a shirt that said there are only two genders.
Oh, stupid.
Ridiculous.
Stupid. Let's see here. Jess said she was talking about you, not me, on the cut mechanic. Well, I look like a cut mechanic too, damn you. I think she meant to say cute mechanic. She left the E off the end. I was like, I'm cut up. I'll take it. Grady says we are laying the smacketh down this morning. Shout out to my buddy Grady. We need to do a Mazda Jackson read when we come back here. Let folks know to get out there and see Mr. Grady. Guys, appreciate y'all watching with us. Please hit that share button wherever you're watching this at. Goes so far. All right, we're about to have a little moment of silence as we come back from this last commercial break. Y'all bear with us 1 second. Breaking rules when necessary. Welcome back into the Clay Edwards Show here with Lindsey Beckham on a Monday morning in Central Mississippi. The weather's nice. The fair is over, right?
Yeah, I think yesterday was the last day. We went to the movies last night and we drove by it, and I had forgotten it was here. And I think yesterday was the last day.
Man, look, I made it the whole year without going under the fair again. I really had planned on going the last 2 Sundays, but it just ended up just so tired. Come Sunday, I just didn't want to leave my house. It happens like that sometimes.
Yeah, I had planned to go Tuesday to the after 5 grip and grin, and just, I don't know, just didn't happen. It was fall break and the kids were out of school, and just didn't make it.
Well, they did a phenomenal job again this year with security.
Yeah.
I just want to commend them all down there. Everybody that was a part of that. Great job to all of them. I hadn't heard of one negative incident.
Yeah, actually, I heard a lot of positive things. People felt safe, and people were encouraging others to get out and take their kids and go enjoy it.
Absolutely. Well, look, man, this segment is going to be brought to you by our friends over at Mazda of Jackson. There's never been a better time to buy Mazda, and the best deals around are at Mazda of Jackson. Mazda is, in fact, one of the top 5 most dependable brands around, and Mazda of Jackson has hundreds of new and used cars available right now. Check out 1.9% APR for 72 months on the all-new Mazda CX-50s and CX-90s. You can also get 3.9% financing for 72 months plus $750 cash rebate on the Mazda CX-30s. Also, don't forget the Mazdas include a lifetime powertrain warranty. It's time to choose Mazda. Mazda of Jackson, located there on Briarwood Drive on 55 North in Jackson, and online at mazdaofjackson.com. Get by there, see my buddy Mr. Grady Portera. Tell him I sent you. Hey man, look, if you're one of the other sales guys catching in the parking lot, can't remember Grady's name. I'm sure they'll take good care of you as well. I just know Grady. I worked with him for a long time. He's good folks. Good folks. All right, man. We got Lindsey Beckham here in the studio. The Guns and Gear text line is 769-241-1944. And the let's see here. Today is actually the last day of the fair.
Oh, is it today? Okay.
I was thinking in the back of my mind they pushed it back a day. They to get an extra day out of it. Thank you, Mr. Fox, for letting us know that. So one last chance to go get a box of taffy.
Or some fried Oreos.
Look, I usually try to leave my bad eating in the weekend, but I'm very tempted to run down there today and just make a hard pass through and
some of that fair food.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I love the gyro from down there too. If the guys down there, like the last year, 2020 is the last time I went to the fair, and because I wanted to go during COVID just to prove, hell yeah, I'm an American. And Great White and Slaughter were playing, and then Great White's singer had a drug overdose right before he went on the stage. Anyway,
probably because of the heat. It's probably hot, and he was wearing a mask.
Cocaine may have had something to do with it. But that aside, that withstanding, thinking about getting down there today, then and stockpiling some taffy and some other stuff. I don't know. I don't know what it is. The Penn's chicken on the sticks tastes better at the fair too, by the way.
It all does. It just all tastes better at the fair. It's something about maybe just the smell of all the fried food.
I'm just saying that the Penn's chicken and the Penn's chicken on a stick is always great. I'm not saying that they're not good at any random Penn's gas station or restaurant.
Mhm.
They're just better at the fair. I don't know if they hold out a little extra, one extra herb and spice that they add to it at the fair, a little extra pepper or whatever it is. It's just better at the fair.
Yeah.
And I may have to grab a Penn's chicken on the stick. Maybe it's because it's just the memories with all the
It might
smells.
be.
Like you
It
said,
might
I think it
be.
just tastes better. So anyway, the fair was apparently a success this year. I know I don't think it rained a single day.
That's good. It's still been hot though. Saturday out there in Pearl, it was hot.
It was hot Saturday. So Sean and I did a live remote or a live broadcast Saturday afternoon out at Pearl City Park for their German Fest. And thank God they threw us under a tent because I think I would have melted away.
I brought the kids, but we weren't there long. It was so hot.
I saw you from the booth, and I was like, Lindsey looks miserable.
I was quite miserable. I had been fooled. I'd gotten outside that morning, and it was so cool, and I thought, oh, this is going to be perfect weather, and made all the kids put pants on, and we got over there, and it was so hot.
How does Sean wear long sleeve and jeans everywhere?
I don't know. I really don't know. He wore shorts last night. He wore long sleeves and shorts last night to the movie.
Is that semi-glutide getting the blood thinner or something?
I don't know.
Because
I make him keep it cold in the house though.
Because I made a conscious decision. I woke up Saturday morning. I was like, okay, I said it was like 59 degrees or something, or 49 degrees, 53 degrees. I was like, I'm gonna wear I'm gonna wear pants today. And I looked at the highs at 89. I said, no, I'm not.
I think he was wishing he had not worn that by the time y'all were done. I know he was hot too.
Yeah, I mean, I was wearing a t-shirt and the shorts, and from the bottom half of below my man boobs down was soaking wet. In my shirt, I was like, ooh-wee. But we had a great time. I want to thank Mayor Jake Wyndham and the crew out there at Pearl for inviting Sean and myself out to come broadcast live. We got a great interview with the mayor. Really jumped into some economic development stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if you're a leader in Mississippi right now, that should, whether it's on a local level or statewide level, your only thing you should be focusing on right now, other than keeping all that LGBTQ nonsense out of the schools and CRT out of the schools, is economic development. And Jake gave us a home run interview talking about economic development there in Pearl. It's up on my YouTube and Facebook pages. Wherever you're watching this now, you can find that interview there. Just fast forward to Jake sits down. I may clip it out and get it up there. The audio's a little funky because there was a band playing in the background.
Yeah, y'all were right next to the music.
There was nowhere else to go.
Yeah,
we had to get close enough to power. Wi-Fi. Well, it wasn't the Wi-Fi necessarily. I ended up not using that. We had to get close enough to power.
Gotcha.
My extension cord would only go so far, and that's where the tent was too. So
yeah, that was better too. That made it better for y'all.
So, all right, man, look, let's jump into some saucy topic. Oh, speaking of German Fest, though, I did notice somebody sent me a link that Jackson had a German an Oktoberfest at the city zoo.
Really?
And yeah, somebody sent me some pictures. It looks like
how did that go?
It looks like about 12 people showed up, because I would have thought that the Free the Land folks would have just thought all Germans were Nazis, and there's no way they could celebrate any kind of German fest in Jackson.
Yeah, that's what you would think.
You know, like,
so they used to have a big one downtown somewhere in Jackson. A big, am I remembering that correctly?
There was a big German fest that they did in Gluckstadt at the church there.
Yeah, I remember that.
And they had to quit doing that because of traffic issues or something. But that was fun. That's, I'm such a deranged individual. To me, that one was so fun because it was like I could drink beer at church. I bought a beer at church. It's Catholic church, mind you, but a church nonetheless. But man, that one was always fun. They had really good, authentic German food and brats and bands, and the girls doing the line dance, the dancing, the German dancing. It had a real beer hall kind of vibe to it.
Yeah.
So pretty cool. It was a good time. But Pearl did a great job too. We had bratwurst and I don't like sauerkraut, but you get like a loaded brat with the sauerkraut and the onions and all that stuff. It was good. Good stuff there. I am pulling up my show notes here if y'all wonder what I'm doing. I'm burning time while the computer pulls up the show notes. And we're going to go ahead and take a break real quick. And when we come back, we're going to jump into all the topics you guys love to hate to love. But good. That one will do well. Yeah, they will do that well. I remember seeing photos of theirs and hell, I may go to that.
Yeah.
German Fest at a brewery. I'm Mickey Town too when it was a brewery back in the day. So look, we got a bunch of stuff. They tried to kill Trump again yesterday.
Yeah.
Trump got a huge endorsement from the Border Patrol. Kamala accuses Trump of hiding. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. And we've got a lot more stuff to hit. Tim Walz's wife talks to Democrat voters like their children, giving them class assignments, homework assignments.
Yeah, and Obama says that you can't vote for Trump if you're black.
Yeah, Obama said you can't vote for Trump if you had to vote for Kamala, even though she didn't even vote for a black man by marrying a white man.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, so we're gonna talk about all of it. Make it make sense. We got Obama's lecture to black men as well. This is the Clay Edwards Show with Lindsey Beckham. We'll be right back to set the world on fire here on WYAB. All right. All right, guys, we're going to stay live with you here during the break because I've just decided that the having to edit the dead space out of these videos is sucks, and I know it's a terrible viewing experience. And you guys give us your time in the morning, so I'm going to be respectful of your time and try to give you all the content we can during said breaks.
I think it's kind of special for the people watching online when they get to see a little bit of behind the scenes and talk
absolutely
to us when we're on commercial break on air.
All right, let's see here. Let's check out some comments here. Peekaboo says, speaking of Trump, I have never seen so many South Americans at the fair in my life. I'm sure some were legal, but I'm sure the majority were not. It's truly an invasion. Yeah. I didn't see that with my own eyes, but I trust that you were being authentic there, Peekaboo, and have no reason to lie. And frankly, I've seen a lot of that lately with my own eyes. The gas station right here next to the radio station in Flora. Every morning I stop, there's more and more and more South Americans. Now, again, I don't know their legal status or when. There's a lot of construction going on around here. And hey, at least those guys are coming here to work. And this is a conversation we had last week, I think when Sean was in here maybe, was that I don't think they're coming in here taking jobs from anybody. I think they are doing the jobs that a lot of people don't have the ability or the skill to do anymore. Americans need to get back to learning how to build shit.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, because we ain't doing it very well right now. We need more men and women for that matter. But I'm gonna talk to the young men because I am a man, a real man.
That's
and I wear
right.
pink.
I mean, they're not
we gotta learn how to start
masculine
building stuff. Learn our skills. We got to get. I keep saying we got to get shop class back in the schools. Do we have shop in any schools? I mean, I know Jackson doesn't, I don't think, but do any of the suburbs have shop class?
I'm not 100% sure on that.
Anybody in the comments know? Let's see here. People also said if you go, it's very safe. I can say that. Oh yeah. After that crawfish massacre, it was going to be safe.
Yeah.
You bet your butt on that.
And Andy Gibson has done a great job of making sure of that.
Good morning to my buddy old Eric Stephen Ashay. Good morning, my brother. He said he is not driving, but he's tuned in anyway. We appreciate that. Let's see here. Here's a little just heads up for viewers that are watching online. To me, the best viewing experience is on YouTube.
What I like about YouTube is that you can be on your phone and have it playing and
do other stuff.
That's so you can be working and also listening and also watching.
If you're logged into your YouTube, you can go back and pick up where you left off.
Yeah, you can. You can't do that on Facebook. You can't back up in the live, but on YouTube you can.
Correct. Renee checking in. Good morning, Renee. How you doing, brother? Hope you made it to Hattiesburg straight. Boom. Let's see here. Peekaboo also says people are so ignorant they hear German and they think Nazi, but not knowing there was East and West Germans, and a lot of Germans were against the Nazi party. 100%, brother. 100%. Jess says they did a Spanish thing in Jackson. Did they? All right, we're getting close to coming back from the break here. Y'all bear with us for just a second. Going to be a quick little moment of silence as we come back from the break on WYAB. Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show here on WYAB with Lindsey Beckham on a Monday morning. This segment is going to be brought to you by our friends over at 042 Wine and Spirits. Lindsey, they don't open till 10.
I know. I was going to say, it's my kind of place.
I know it's a little out of your way to support based on where you live, but if you do get out to the Rankin, the wonderful Rankin County, God's country, by the way, that stop by there, they have got a phenomenal selection of wine and spirits. I'm not just saying that. This has been my go-to since they opened up. So I thought it was a really cool moment when Brad, that owns the place, reached out and wanted to start advertising. And I was like, well, that works out great because I feel like the Hair Club for Man guy. Not only am I a client, I'm also their advertiser. Whatever. I was already a customer. So it's just where I like to do business at. It's easy to do business with them. They got a phenomenal selection of everything. Even though I'm a rather simple drinker, Fireball, and whatever beer I'm sipping on at the moment. It's been Yingling Flight for a while now, even predating the Bud Light.
I was going to say, was that prior to the Bud Light?
It was. Now, I want to say something. I was at Shuckers for that live remote Friday, and the guys from Southern Beverage were there, and they bought me several Michelob Ultras. And look, I'm as a middle-aged white guy, I'm not predisposed to be able to turn down a free beer. They could have bought me Bud Light, I'd have drank it. Just so we know that if you buy me a beer, I'm gonna drink it. You know, it's rude to say no.
Well, of course. I mean, that's alcohol abuse.
Yeah.
Did they say that Bud Light sales are? How is that going? Did they recover?
We'll circle back to that in just a second. But I just wanted to throw that out there. Let me finish this 042 wine.
I'm gonna have to go over there and check them out. I really am.
It is. Look, man, get by the locally owned. It was the first liquor store in Brandon, and it was also, now that there's several others out there, and admittingly I just haven't been to them. I can't tell you anything about them. But they were also voted the best by the citizens of Rankin County as part of the Rankin County Red Carpet Awards. That says a ton because that's voted on by the citizens.
Because y'all were dry county for a long time.
Yeah, it was dry for you have it in restaurants for that took forever. Then you couldn't have it in package, and that finally won. And it's coming on around. So get over there, check them out, man. All your favorite bourbons, wines, tequilas. I say we're getting into bourbon weather. When it cools off, it is whiskey weather, and no better place to stop by and get your favorite bottle of whiskey than 042 Wine and Spirits. They got all the different 19 Crimes. That's a very popular wine now.
I've heard you talk about that.
It's really good. They got all the special edition bottles and stuff. The Frankenstein ones for this month are really cool, and they glow in the dark and stuff.
Is it like they're interactive or something?
Yeah, they're interactive. You can like augmented reality. You can pull up the app and turn your camera on, and the bottle will talk to you.
Interesting.
I mean, what drunk don't need a bottle that'll talk to them?
Right.
Kidding aside, but swing by 042 Wine and Spirits. See them today. Highway 80 right there in Brandon, next door to Sonny's Barbecue. You asked about the Bud Light stuff.
Yeah.
That's a topic that everybody always enjoys here on this show. So what I've noticed, and based on pricing around town, because we were doing that thing at McBee's Saturday, and their buckets are priced one way, and the guy was explaining Budweiser and Bud Light prices have come down, and because they're trying to move it, let people sell it for cheaper, kind of get it back rolling. Michelob Ultra. See, when I was in the bar business, Ultra, Bud Light, Budweiser
can all run the same
exact price. So it didn't cost you anything less. Michelob Ultra never really took a hit during this whole controversy. Bud Light and Budweiser did. But what appears to have happened is they have raised the price of Mich Ultra. And this isn't the local distributor doing this, by the way. This is just coming down from the top, So they looks like they have, since Ultra didn't take a hit, they've raised the price of that to offset for the money that they're losing on Bud Light and Budweiser, because you could get a bucket of Bud Light or Budweiser for $12. A bucket of Ultra is $15, which is still not a bad price. It's $3 a beer.
Yeah.
Not bad, because you're usually going to pay about $4 a beer. So it's still not a bad price, but I see what they did, to kind of offset the losses. I mean, they're never going to offset those losses.
Yeah. Because they were in the hole pretty bad.
Stop the bleeding a little bit.
Yeah.
So the people are just not drinking Bud Light. It's still the number 3 most popular beer in the country. So let's be honest about it. A lot of dang people are still drinking it, but that's a big fall from 1 to 3.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially they've been number 1 forever.
Like if you'll go look at like podcast rankings, for example, Joe Rogan's number 1 with like 15 million downloads a week. We don't know that number to be exact, but the estimations are he's about 15 million. Number 2 does about 5 million.
It's a big difference there.
And I think that's the Call Her Daddy podcast. So it's a huge difference. So speaking of this is a great segue to a topic I wanted to hit. Donald J. Trump, my Lord and Savior, your Lord and Savior, came out this weekend and let it slip that he is in fact going to be on the Joe Rogan podcast.
I saw that. I'm excited about that.
I mean, who's not excited about the potential of Big Daddy Don being on Joe Rogan? Because I mean, look, as a Trump supporter, I'm all about this because Joe is going to ask the questions
Look,
that we want to hear answers
I
to.
think they are doing a phenomenal job of getting him places like these podcasts where he just seems more humanized, more relatable when you sit him down and he's having a conversation like that. I mean, to be honest, it's hard to not like him when you see him in that type of setting because he's just really funny. And it's hard not to like someone who's funny. And I think that they're doing a great job of attempting to rebrand him a little bit. I know that he hasn't done so well with the women voters in these polls that they have, but I think that this is something that they're incorporating that may change that a little bit.
Let's listen to Big Don himself let the cat out of the bag here. And I'm not sure what podcast he was on, by the way, but let's check it out. See, right there, he goes, "Oh, I think I'm doing it." That came out of Big Don's mouth himself. And obviously that went nuclear viral.
Yeah.
Joe has not come out. I'm sure that Joe would have preferred him not say that because what Joe likes to do is you record these things and then you just drop them and you get the update. Oh, yeah, crap. Look at that. Joe is on, Don's on Joe Rogan. And it's going to become the most downloaded. I won't say it's going to be the most watched thing ever.
Well, I mean, let's look at when he was on the live Twitter feeds with Elon, and they couldn't even get because there were so many people logged on to see it that they couldn't even get it to work.
This won't be a problem with Joe.
Right,
Joe's
right.
going to be using traditional platforms that are built for this. Well, I love the spaces concept, but I just like video. But that's just me. But neither here nor there. I won't say that long term it's going to be the most watched thing ever, but I will say that within the first week of its release, nothing. If we're talking about just the first 7 days, it will be the most watched thing in a 7-day period, probably ever.
Yeah.
You know, especially podcast, interview, clip, whatever this current world we live in, because people love him or hate him. They're going to be tuned in. What did he do? What does Joe do? Is Joe high when he interviews him? And there's going to be so many moving parts.
Will they talk about the moon landing? I kid.
Oh, is Joe going to talk about, aliens and everything? And look, here's my opinion on it real quick. I think that it's either going to be the greatest thing we've ever seen or the biggest disappointment because the expectation is this is going to be friggin' awesome. The reality, even if it's still awesome, but it's not this whatever people are going to have it built up to be, is it going to be a disappointment?
I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be great.
I think so too. I think it's those two personalities because Joe ain't going to take any crap. And I think Joe's going to realize that Trump's really a cool guy and answers everything the best he can. And I think we're going to come out of that with Joe saying, I think he's a straight up dude. I don't think he's lying. I'm excited about it. I think there's a lot of pressure on Joe to come through and ask to have it's not going to be an interview. I don't think it's going to be a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
There's no telling what they can end up talking about. I'm excited.
Yeah. And I mean, and of course, Joe Rogan his podcasts go for as long as needed.
Yeah.
So it's like they're not on a timetable to get everything in quickly. They'll be able to sit there and talk for however long.
Oh yeah, because if Joe agreed to this, it's under his terms on time because Joe hasn't wanted to do it. Now he's had a public stance for a while that he didn't want to do it because he didn't want to feel like he's helped swing the election one way or another. But I think he also realized that the moment we're in America,
it's just important.
Yeah. And I don't think you can have him on there and make people like him more. If he's fake and if he's all these things the left says he is, well, you'll expose him and maybe it'll turn some people off. I don't
Yeah.
think that's going to be the case. I'm just
No.
saying, playing both sides against the middle here. You don't have to go into it thinking you're going to help make him look good.
Did you listen to the Caller Daddy?
I listened to a few snippets of it.
I can't stand that podcast. She's just so vulgar, and it just the whole podcast disgusts me. Anyway,
like
without Kamala on it.
She's the one that created the Big D energy thing.
Is she?
Yeah. When she was over at Barstool, so I started out as a podcast on Barstool Radio on XM or whatever, or a show on Barstool's XM. And she's the one that started the whole Big D energy. And I used to enjoy, I enjoy a little vulgar stuff here and there, but I've also changed a little.
Well, I always fall asleep listening to podcasts.
Me too.
And so she's not a podcast I've ever subscribed to or liked, but because it's so downloaded, I guess it just kind of popped up in the something you may like category. And so several mornings I've woken up, my phone's played through the night, and she's on, and I'm hearing her, and I'm like, who is this person? But I'm not a fan.
No, I'm not either. But I'm not a hater because she interviewed Kamala either. I would interview Kamala if she wanted to, but it wouldn't go the way she wanted it to.
Right.
But I don't like when she just kind of gushes over her and all that. It's like, come on, man, ask some real questions here. Hold her accountable. Her accountable. And she was also doing that. There was something going on. Oh, the hurricane stuff is going on over there. And she's over here interviewing. Trump's on the ground passing out bottled water. She's over here doing the Caller Daddy podcast about
and lying about DeSantis not answering her calls.
Oh, that was so good.
I mean, I heart DeSantis.
Well, it was great because she never called him and then sat there and pretended that she did, knowing that she hadn't. I mean, the next 22 days, Trump was in Aurora, Colorado yesterday. I think it was yesterday, right? You know, that's where all these Venezuelan gangs are taking over.
Mm-hmm.
It's also where there was a mass shooting in a movie theater by a crazy Democrat dressed up like the Batman character.
Yeah.
Anyway, but hadn't forgot about that. So she's doing that while Trump's out there boots on ground trying to help save people. It's just a bad look. It's just, we got 22 days. Trump did a thing in Colorado yesterday, a big rally, huge numbers show up for that.
Mm-hmm.
Or was that Saturday? He did Coachella yesterday. I'm sorry. So he did Coachella.
That's in California?
That's in Southern California, in the Coachella Valley. It's where they had the big music festival every year.
Yeah.
And it's like the Polo Grounds, I think, the Indigo, California. But I think it's Indigo, California at the Polo Grounds.
Where there was not an attempted, but I guess a third incident.
And we'll get to that and unpack that some in the second hour, because I got a whole string of things I want to tie together with that. I want to tie that into Kamala saying that Trump's out hiding. I mean, talk about lack of self-awareness.
Right. I mean, he's at an event every day.
He's got an event every day, and he's been shot at once, almost shot at a second time. They just arrested a guy with a bag full of guns at the entrance to this place. So, I mean, come on, man. Hiding. I mean, and the sad thing is there's a bunch of nut jobs out there that, in fact, believe her. Let's do this. Yeah. Let's take our last break of hour one. Come back. We'll have a short segment to end hour one. And then we got a whole nother hour to go. If you're watching online, you're getting a little bit of extra content over there at the Save JXN Facebook, YouTube, and X accounts, as well as the Lindsey Beckham YouTube and Facebook as well, and the Clay Edwards Show Rumble. We're here live on the mothership, 103.9 FM, WYAB. Rip the knob off and throw it away. We'll be right back. All right, let's read some text messages here. Looks like I was wrong about one thing. Chip chimed in. Chip Matthews says Ultra was always $3 more a case when we were in this. Okay, I couldn't remember. I was thinking it was the same price. All right, so correction there. Let's see here. Sean says East and West Germany were post-Nazi. Says some people don't need to text in. Well, he meant well. And still, all Germans weren't Nazis. Is his point. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the point.
Not all Moms for Liberty members are Nazis either, Sean.
Do what?
I said not all Moms for Liberty members are Nazis either, Sean.
No, or any of them.
Any of them. Exactly.
Let's see here. Adam says, when is Chokwe going to jail? Within about 3 days, according to a little birdie I've heard.
What I hear.
October 17th could be the witching hour.
Possibly. Him or Jody.
Yep.
Or both?
Or both. So we shall see on that. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed. Keep my fingers crossed. There's nobody I want to see locked up more than Chokwe. Grady says, Clay, you know, Harris Hyena would never let you box her in. You would take her Secret Service magic earring out of her ear so no one could talk to her and tell her what to say. Lock the door, flush her down the toilet. I sure would. Turd, that's where she belongs.
Did you see the Saturday Night Live skit they did? The opening.
No, I had it pulled up to watch and I got distracted or passed out or something.
They played Family Feud. It was hilarious.
I know. They said they poo-pooed all on her.
Well, I mean, on all of them, but Dana Carvey as Joe Biden, I mean, he is just spot on. It is so funny. Everyone needs to go watch the clip.
I shared an AI generated video on Twitter last night of it was Trump and Kamala and Biden, and it's in that base in the world of what was that crazy Tom Cruise movie where the people wore the mask and went to all these crazy sex parties?
What world? Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah, it was kind of done in Eyes Wide Shut. It's on my Twitter. I highly recommend going and checking that out. It is phenomenal.
You shared it, you said?
Yeah, it's on my Twitter.
I'll have to go look at it.
Adam says October 17th will be Free the Land Day. Oh, yeah. Look, I'm telling you what, I don't care who's on this radio station, who's on their show.
You're taking over.
I'm taking over. Actually, I don't have to. I got the ability to do it from the house. But, that's just going to be a breaking news, 9/11 type coverage, wall-to-wall coverage.
The moment we've been waiting for.
Yeah, let's see. Was that Thursday? 17th? Got it pulled up here. Yeah, it's Thursday. So I don't know of anybody that needs a show on Thursday except us. I'm kidding. Let's see here. Jess asked what county Lindsay is in. She's in Madison, Jess. Renee said he drank Flight this weekend at the house. Low calories. Yeah, it's a really good beer. Low carb, super low carb. When I can't find it, I'll just drink the regular Yuengling Flight. I mean, the regular Yuengling Light, it's only got 99 calories. I think like 2 carbs. So good beer. A little bit more flavor. We're getting close to coming back. And like I said, we're going to have a short segment. Then we're going to have to turn right back around and do this again. I manage my time poorly. Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show here with Lindsey Beckham on 103.9 FM WYAB. This last segment of hour one here, we got just a few seconds left. Guys, get out to Acme Pizza and Daiquiris tonight there. Fan and Mart on the res. Get you one of their great not pizza by the slice, but one of their great Wheel of Flavors. You can put up to 3 different pizzas on one pie to satisfy everybody's taste buds, or just to try something new if you want to try one of their 12 different specialty pizzas. Don't forget they got 9 different frozen daiquiris on tap, ready to be delivered, carried out, or consumed there on the spot. That's Acme Pizza and Daiquiris, located at Fan and Mart on the res. We will be right back with hour 2 of the Clay Edwards Show. All right, man. We are still live with you guys. Let's see here if we got some real content we can hit you with that I don't think we're going to have time for an hour or two if we wait 7 minutes. Yeah, this is only going to be something that works online. Have you seen the Kamala accent doll?
No.
Oh, no, there's a new Barbie doll coming out. It's a Kamala doll. And it switches accents and stuff like she does.
They had on the Saturday Night Live skit, she was calling Joe Biden, Joe Biden. Love it.
Like Jamama. Let's see here, guys. This is phenomenal.
Are you gonna put it up?
Yeah. I'm putting it up on. We're gonna show it in the video. This won't translate well to radio, so we'll have some fun with it here during the 7-minute break. Yeah. Pull it up here. Let's see here. Bear with me 1 second. Make the screen bigger. All right, guys, enjoy this gem right here. Y'all let me know in the comments if y'all can hear it. I've never done this, tried to play audio through the computer during the break. So let me know if this works or not. Lindsay, you got your volume on?
Yeah.
Who needs personality when you can switch who you are at the push of a button?
It's Sid Swish Kamala. That's right.
Oh, hello, young lady. Quite a marvelous day, innit?
Why does she talk so weird? Let me play with her.
Well, hey there, little nugget. I'm gonna be the first black female president of the United States of America.
Man, this doll sucks.
Accent Switch Kamala can emulate any accent you like, as long as it grants her credibility.
Bonjour, tu aimes les croissants?
Merde américaine.
Guten Tag, Sie lieben ein Bratwurst? Ufta, 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 da.
Luke, I am your mother.
It's Sid Swish Kamala. That's right.
But wait, there's more. All new Accent Switch Kamala comes with 2 bags of campaign money, a blind eye for illegal immigration, and her own multi-laugh 3000 generator. Laugh in every way possible. Let Accent Switch Kamala turn your life into a complete circus.
When you give me more money, like Uncle Joey did.
Don't you wear a little mad? The money's coming.
I don't understand.
Oh, excuse me, honey.
I meant to say, the money is coming. I love ice cream, Kamala map.
It's Accent Switch Kamala and brand new Tampon Tim.
You know, my grandma always used to say, Kamala Janu, please wash your hands so we can eat our chicken masama.
It's Sid Swish Kamala.
How good is that?
A blind eye for illegal immigration.
How good is that? That right there. That is classic right there.
That's funny.
Yeah, I've stumbled across that gem.
Oh, wait, there's a Tim doll to go with her?
Oh, yeah, there's a Tampon Tim doll as well. Let's see.
Does he come with tampons?
The commercial for the Tampon Tim wasn't as good. I'm going to be honest with you.
Oh, is it not?
Yeah, they do have one. Let's see if we can put our fingers on it real quick. Let's see the Tampon Tim one. I don't think I saved it, but we got their page pulled up here. Yeah, here it is here. Let me reshare the screen real quick. Yeah, we're going to watch the Tampon Tim one now. You guys are getting exclusive content here during the commercial break, the top of the hour news break. Here we go.
Every month, there's a few of these special days where everything seems to be just a little more challenging. Well, it's about to become much more challenging.
With brand new Tampon Tim.
It's Tampon Tim. Oh yeah. That's right, that's right. It's Tampon Tim. Oh yeah. That's right, that's right. It's Tampon Tim.
Sneak link.
Good stuff. Top notch stuff right there for sure. Let's see here. All right, we got a bunch of texts and stuff here. On the Guns and Gear text line, James asked, do y'all think says, do y'all think the odds, what do you think the odds are of Trump flipping Cali? Slim to none.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
I mean, I think he's going to do well there, but I just think he ain't going to flip it. I mean, we ain't getting none of those delegates. There's too many nut jobs there. Too many nut jobs there.
I mean, I've said this before. I really think Pennsylvania is going to decide this election.
Yep. Teddy says today's the last day of the fair. There are a lot of local food vendors at the fair, and they depend on the fair for a strong push. There was an Oktoberfest at either LaFleur's Bluff or the Ag Museum back in the day. There was, wasn't it? Yeah. Nice
Teddy
to know
out
that
there with his peanuts. Is he out there selling peanuts?
Do what?
Is he out there selling peanuts?
No.
No.
Too expensive to go set up at the fair.
Is it? I've heard that before. That it's.
Yes. I mean, you got to really be set up to be able to do a lot of volume, and I mean, you got to be rolling rolling. You got to have tents. It's just an expensive deal. It really is. I was getting a little warm in here. I had to cut the air on for a second. I've had it off since it was cold when I got in this morning. It's starting to warm up a little bit. Let's see here. How long we got? About a minute. So we're getting ready to come back from the top of the hour news break here on the radio station. Then we're going to anchor down. We got a good, strong second hour for you guys. Then we got all the shenanigans out of the way in hour one. We're going to rock and roll in hour two. Obama's done pissed black men off, by the way.
He has. Look, I mean, even Sean said something about that. He was like, I just did not appreciate him saying that. I thought that was very bold. I mean, I think they might be freaking out a little bit.
Yeah.
There was some sort of
keep talking. I'm gonna grab me a water real quick.
Okay. There was some sort of MAGA rally in Arizona. I posted one of our Moms for Liberty co-founders who spoke at a rally in Arizona. I guess it was yesterday. It may have been Saturday. But I sent you the clip of Tina, one of our co-founders, speaking at the MAGA rally. She did a really good job.
Hang tight. Boom, shakalaka boom. It's hour two of the most incendiary show on the RADIO. It is the Clay Edwards Show here on a Monday morning with Miss Lindsey Beckham in the studio with us. And this segment is going to be brought to you by Men's Health of Mississippi and New Care, which is right there adjoined in the same building under the same roof. Guys, you need some testosterone in your life? Are you suffering from fatigue, decreased muscle tone, lack of energy, low libido? Ask your wife. She'll let you know if you're suffering from low libido. You may not think you are. She probably does. Little brain fog, not quite as quick on your feet as you once were. Get a little, hit a little mental brick wall every now and then. You could be suffering from low T. What about sleep disturbances? All signs of low testosterone. I'm going to hook you up with a free testosterone screening if you text my name, Clay, to 601-327-8550, 601-327-8550. Men and women out there, are you suffering from a little overweightness? Are you having problems getting your diet kick started? You got 20 pounds or more you need to lose? Have you just don't know how to retrain your brain to eat less food? Can't afford Ozempic or just don't want to afford Ozempic because of its $1,400-$1,500 a month price tag? You don't qualify to get it with your insurance company. May I recommend compounded semaglutide? Long story short, generic Ozempic. I can't think of a better way to describe it. You've been having to order it online. No longer. You can go right here to New Care, which is in the same building as Men's Health in Mississippi, and get it through a local physician. They're going to track your weight loss. They're going to do a lot with you. You're really going to enjoy that experience. I'm personally doing it myself. Don't believe all the fear mongering out there about it. You're not taking somebody's diabetes medicine or none of that. Just stop with that. Get over there, try it. Don't let that be your excuse to not start losing some weight. If you need to, it'll help you retrain your brain to eat less food. It has done me. And I'm continuing to lose weight. And frankly, I've been slipping at the gym the last couple of weeks. I'm starting back full steam ahead today. And I lost 7 pounds last week without going 7 foot in a gym. Anyway, I say all that to say this: text weight loss to that same number, 601-327-8550, 601-327-8550. If you are suffering, or if you feel like you're potentially suffering from a little obesity. A lot of us are. We're the fattest state in America. It's all right to admit you're fat. I had to. and let's lose that weight. You won't regret it. It'll be the best decision you can make. People will say, oh, well, I heard this and that and the other about that semaglutide. Well, being fat's unhealthy too. Being a diabetic, a type 2 diabetic, because you couldn't quit eating the sugars, that's unhealthy too.
Yeah.
You know, I'd rather deal with whatever the side effects of this may be, which there aren't, by the way, than I would continue to make excuses to be fat. I'm giving y'all that tough love you need this morning. You know, get over there, get your health in check, get your weight in check. You will not regret it. 601-327-8550. Text Clay for testosterone, weight loss for semaglutide. They can cover both things under one roof. So if you go for one reason, you can talk to them about the other. All right, women, they do testosterone for you too, but that's done through a different clinic inside there. It is not part of the free testosterone screenings. There's different panels they have to do for all that. So there's it's a little bit more extensive.
Yeah.
So the women's screening is not free. But get with them; they'll help you out. Let's take a call on the Mazda Jackson phone line here. We got one of my favorite callers. Hey, what's up, brother?
Hey, Clay.
Good morning.
You know, knew you were fixing to get into the thing about the third Trump assassination attempt.
Yes.
I heard a little bit about it over the weekend too. Basically, this guy shows up. He's, has a bunch of alias IDs and passports and tries to enter a Trump rally full of guns, loaded guns. And on the top of the hour news broadcast, they say, the federal government says that Trump was never in danger, that this guy is an avid Trump supporter, and, such as that. And just the paradox in it just blew my mind. At this point, whatever the federal government says, I'm going to believe just the opposite.
100%.
I mean, at this point, I feel like the federal government, they come across as our friend, but it's kind of like Ronald Reagan once said, the worst words you could ever hear is, I'm from the federal government, I'm here to help.
Amen.
But
I quoted that the other day.
They have shown themselves to be the enemy of the people.
Yep.
And the top of the hour news just kind of shows it to light.
100%, brother. I've got a bunch of good stuff here. We're going to tie that into old Camel Toe Kamala talking about Trump hiding too. You got anything else with it for us?
No, I just wanted to touch on that at the top of the hour news, and I appreciate your show. Good show.
I appreciate you,
Thank
brother.
y'all.
Thank you, man. Have a blessed one. All right, let's this is about a 4-minute video, but if you were doing family stuff and enjoying yourself watching football yesterday, some of this may have slid under the radar. This is the sheriff from Riverside County, California, which is where the event was held at. The sheriff's department, not the Secret Service, caught this guy, by the way. So
interesting.
This is 4 minutes. This is the sheriff from Riverside. I think this is very telling video.
Good afternoon. Thank you all for coming here today. I am Chad Bianco. I'm the sheriff of Riverside County, and we are obviously here to talk about an incident that occurred yesterday at the rally that former President Trump had in Coachella. Yesterday afternoon, before former President Trump arrived to the rally, we made contact with an individual on the inner perimeter of our operation at the rally. As you can imagine, this was a very large event. In regard to previous attempts on the former president's life, this was not something that we were taking lightly. We had a very detailed plan in place on how we were going to keep not only the former president safe, but all of the participants or the attendees of the rally safe. In general terms, I will tell you that we had a larger outside perimeter and then an inside perimeter that was completely controlled by us, by Riverside County Sheriff's deputies, and both of them served different purposes. Only people that were allowed inside the perimeter, the outside perimeter, in a vehicle was if you lived there or if you had documentation that said you were going to this rally. He approached the outside perimeter. gave all indications that he belonged there, that he was a participant that was allowed to get into VIP and to and a press corps, and so he was allowed through that outer perimeter. As he got to the inside perimeter, where deputies were conducting obviously a more thorough evaluation of the vehicles that were coming in, there were many irregularities that popped up. The deputy noticed that the interior of the vehicle was in quite disarray. The vehicle had an obviously fake license plate, and that prompted further investigation from our deputy into why the person was there and what he was doing. During that investigation, the deputy eventually found multiple passports with multiple names, multiple driver's license with different names. The vehicle was unregistered, and the license plate was what we in law enforcement would recognize as one that is homemade and indicative of a group of individuals that claim to be sovereign citizens. And assuming the deputy assumes that he was part of that identifying group. So during the investigation, obviously those identification documents were found, in addition to a loaded handgun and a shotgun. Obviously, this was before the former president arrived. The person was taken into custody. He was eventually booked into jail on those charges, and eventually he was released. He will have to further his court case in the future. Right now, we are actively engaged in working with Secret Service and the FBI to ensure that this person is followed up on and all of the information that they can gather. I can tell you that from my perspective, from a state law enforcement agency's perspective, the firearms charges is what we arrested him for and booked him on. Anything further will come from the federal government, and quite frankly, I don't know if we will be a part of that. We will certainly be a part of that investigation and cooperating with them, but those charges, if any, will come from them. They will not come from us.
All right, so that's a lot to digest right there. A sovereign citizen.
So I wonder what this guy is saying. Like what was his reasoning? Have they said? Do we know? Has anyone said like what
he said? I saw a breaking news thing this morning. Of course, I overslept by about 20 minutes this morning. Literally didn't get up to 6. And if I'm not out the door by 6:20, there's no we're late for the radio show.
Yeah.
So, but I did see a breaking news thing on my phone that says the Trump accused shooter says he was not. I'm running through my thing. Yeah. Here it is. This is from Fox News. This was 9:26 last night. Man arrested at Trump rally denies assassination intent. Of course, I would deny it too.
Well, of course, but what's the reasoning behind all of the different passports?
Says he's all in for supporting Trump. Well, why do you show up? Now, look, I'm a SUA guy, but I'm not going to show up to an event where former president, soon to be president again, fingers crossed, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. I'm not going to show up to his rally with a bag full of guns and fake passports.
Yeah.
A homemade car tag because he's a sovereign citizen.
Do you think he was going to be protecting Trump? Is that the narrative that they're trying to push, that this guy was?
Let's read this real quick. I'm not going to get too in the weeds here. This is on Fox News. Take that for what it's worth. It says the man accused of being a potential third assassination. The man accused of a potential third assassination attempt on former President Trump spoke with Fox News Digital and says the claims against him are false in his first extended interview since his arrest. Vem Miller, 49, said that he reported the guns to authorities, which he says he always travels with despite never using them, at a checkpoint to get into the Trump Coachella rally on Saturday evening, and argued that documents Riverside County Sheriff's Department, Bianco, said were fake or legit. And says that the documents he has are legit, not fake. This doesn't make any sense. His arrest on gun charges sparked speculation following 2 assassination attempts on Trump, but he was quickly released on a $5,000 bail, and so far no federal charges have been filed. I'm without reading any further, I'm going to say what I would think is it's probably happened in his vehicle. Surely he wasn't.
Yeah, so
trying to
but
take
if,
the guns into the.
right, but so if he had the guns legally and he travels with them everywhere, then how is he arrested on gun charges? It's all very sketchy.
It is weird. I'm trying to figure out if this is a false flag type thing, who this benefits.
Right. Yeah.
I know it just guys out there. Am I missing something
You know,
in the internet land,
my
phone land?
conspiracy theory mind goes to maybe it's MK Ultra mind control, taking the Trump lovers and making them want to kill him
Trump?
in some kind of way.
Oh yeah.
No,
Well,
I'm kind of joking. I'm halfway joking.
well, nothing surprised. But that's what they're going to want it to look like when they finally achieve the success they're looking for. They're going to want you to think it was somebody who was MAGA that did it.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna make it all look like that. No MAGA would ever kill Trump.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
No.
But I did read somewhere that they had like looked back at his voting record, and I think he even ran for office. This guy, and has always been a Republican and has been a big Trump supporter. So it doesn't add up. It's not making a lot of sense.
Guns and Gear text line 769-241-1944. Am I missing something here? Is there something right in front of my face that I'm missing? What is the upside to this? Mazda Jackson phone line 601-879-0002. We're going to stay on schedule this hour. We're going to go ahead and take our first break. When we come back, cackling Kamala Harris had some interesting comments she made at a rally about Trump this weekend. Said he's hiding. He's scared.
It's ridiculous.
She's a damn lie, and we're going to expose it when we come back with Lindsey Beckham on the Clay Edwards Show. Lindsey, Sean, Fred, and myself were at lunch the other day at Martin's, and a fella walked up and was messing with Sean and was like, "Man, do you even know what you are anymore? Are you a Republican? Are you a Democrat? You know, next thing I know, you're dating sovereign citizen girl." Did he tell you about that?
No, he didn't tell me
Yeah,
that.
somebody called you a sovereign citizen.
Sovereign citizen? What does that even mean?
I almost choked on my country fried steak.
What is a sovereign citizen? This is the first I've ever heard of this.
Google it. He's one of these people who don't think that the government controls them. Like they're citizens. They're citizens in America, but they're not controlled by the government.
Well, I mean, I do belong to an anti-government hate group.
Yes, I mean, so he really kind of hit the nail on the head a little bit. It was hilarious.
That's funny.
Yeah, Lindsey is in fact a sovereign citizen. I'm gonna work on this camera angle real quick.
Sovereign citizen. But that's what they're calling this guy, I guess, that supposedly had the guns. Yeah. A loose group of anti-government activists, litigants, tax protesters, financial scammers, and conspiracy theorists.
They've always got such nice things to say about us.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll own that. I'm a sovereign citizen. Yeah, that's funny. Maybe Sean's confused about his identity these days. He told me you picked him up, and like one of the first things you said was about his neighbor's yard sign. And I said, you tell him I had already said something about it.
Yeah, Sean, of course, lives in the whitest and most liberal neighborhood in the state.
They love me over there.
And his neighbors, you know, letting everybody know they're such good Democrats, not living around any black people, have a Harris Wall sign in the front yard. I like comical.
Yeah, one of them has a sign. This isn't in his neighborhood, but it says, "Vote Harris, prevent unwanted presidencies instead of unwanted pregnancies." Ridiculous.
Well, that's why I'm voting Trump. I want to prevent an unwanted presidency.
Exactly.
When we come back, we're going to play these videos of angry black men that Obama has pissed off.
Yeah.
As well as we're going to hit the Kamala video. Let me go ahead and get it queued up here.
You know, if you got Sean being a little critical of Obama, that he must have been off his rocker a little bit.
Yeah.
By making these statements.
Absolutely. Guys, I'm just getting the videos queued up. We're getting ready for this next segment here. If y'all are bored and want to watch it, not right now, of course, I know you're not bored, but later today, if y'all want to watch some Clay Edwards Show content, I had a phenomenally fun interview. Very raunchy.
I watched it last night.
Just good.
He's a character.
Yeah, just good dirty humor. But I'm warning you, so you know, don't watch it around the kids. But I had a really good time talking to Big Earl out at Shuckers Friday afternoon. He's a big Trump guy. I mean, he tells a story about offending a gay dude in the front row that was sucking on a straw a certain kind of way, and he actually had to go to court over it.
Yeah.
So it's really good. Cancel culture tried to cancel Big Earl and
the sexual biscuits.
Yeah. I kept calling it sexual chocolates and sexual biscuits.
Do you have sexual chocolate on your mind, Clay?
I know. It's really just chocolate that I wanted. All right, guys, we're going to have a little moment of silence here as we get ready to come back so our talking doesn't bleed through. Things. Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show here with Lindsey Beckham on 103.9 FM.
Your favorite sovereign citizen.
My favorite sovereign citizen, Miss Lindsey Beckham. This segment is going to be brought to you by our friends over at Home Hearing Health Care, as I am wearing my big old earbuds here this morning. Go check out Dr. Carrie Tilly Snyder. Man, she's good, folks. I'm really looking forward to having her back on the show to talk more about hearing loss here in the next few weeks. Look, speaking of that, life moves fast, and so do the advancements in technology. That includes hearing aids. Dr. Carrie Tilly Snyder at Home Hearing Healthcare has qualified audiologists who can help you navigate all the options to ensure you select the best hearing aids for you and for your lifestyle, as well as your budget and cosmetic preferences. Whether you're in a crowded restaurant or sitting in church, new hearing devices help you hear what is most important, the person sitting beside you. No matter where you are, if you're looking to upgrade your current hearing aids or you're considering them for the first time, like I am, visit homehearinghealthcare.com to schedule an appointment today. Guys, look, man, I'm 47 years old and I've been deaf in my right ear since I was born. And I'm telling you, it's reached the point now where I'm just tired of all the time having to say, huh? I couldn't quite hear you. Say it again. I had company at the house last night. I was having to constantly peek my head around the corner from the kitchen to the living room to ask her to repeat herself. And I'm just tired of that. And I am definitely considering getting a pair of the earbuds myself so I can turn one into a speaker and one into a microphone and actually be able to hear things from my right side into my left ear. You can too. Get started at homehearinghealthcare.com. All right. I was telling everybody online, if y'all want to go hear a parental advisory warning here, if y'all want to go listen to a very raunchy, fun, 100% inappropriate interview, I did Friday with Big Earl from the Sexual Biscuits, not Sexual Chocolates, as I kept calling it. I was thinking of South Park, and Chef had the Sexual Chocolates.
Yeah.
Get over there and check it out on my YouTube and Facebook pages. I shared the link to Facebook, but it's on my YouTube as well, at SaveJXN. He's a diehard Trump supporter. He tells a hilarious story about a gay dude that was in the front row of one of his shows at Floribama that was really enjoying his straw. We'll just say that. We got a family-friendly radio show here. And he made a couple jokes about him, maybe wrote a little song about him. And the guy took him to court and tried to sue him. He tells us all about that. We get into our battles with gout and much, much more. It's all hilarious. I can't, he talks about when it's okay to cheat on your wife, the whole different area codes thing. When you're out of town. He said, no, his wife did. He said they have an agreement. Now, his wife doesn't know about the agreement.
Of course.
They have an agreement that he's allowed to cheat when he's out of town. Anyway, it's all in good fun. If you want to, if you're a little depressed today, a little sad, want to hear something good and funny, I recommend checking out my interview with Big Earl from the Floribama over on my YouTube channel.
If you want to hear a not so raunchy interview, I'll have Jennifer Branning on the Raising Liberty podcast tomorrow afternoon, who is running for Supreme Court. So we'll be live at 1:30.
Yeah, but her and Sean did a really good podcast Friday as well over there. Sean dug into a bunch of stories from his time at the DA's office. Go search Raising Liberty with Lindsey Beckham
he
on
gave us
Facebook or YouTube.
all the background information that he hasn't really talked about publicly yet. So a lot of interesting stories we talked about.
Well, y'all check that out. Let's do this. This is Kamala Harris just gaslighting her idiot followers, who I know are going to believe this. That's what makes this so bad, is when she lies, her cult believes everything. The Democrat death cult just believes everything.
And here's the thing. It makes you wonder. Why does his staff want him to hide away?
Is she talking about Joe Biden?
It just doesn't make sense. Like, make this make sense.
One must question. Are they afraid that people will see that he is too weak and unstable to lead America? Is that what's going on?
Weak and did she not see the man stand up and throw his fist in the air after being shot?
She's got to be talking about Joe Biden. There's no way that she's talking about Donald Trump.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, he got shot, not shot at, shot in the face, and got up and said, "Fight, fight, fight," and then went right back to the same place and said, "As I was saying."
There's nothing weak. There is nothing weak about that. Nothing at all. Like, it's just,
and he's going into all these
mind-boggling.
He's going into all these deep blue hellholes to do rallies. Coachella, California. It's not Coachella, California, but where Coachella is at in Southern California, not Orange County. He went to Riverside County. Then he goes to Aurora, Colorado, deep blue hellhole.
Yeah.
Then he's in the Bronx not too long ago.
Yeah, and back at Butler, showing up back where you were shot.
Yeah, people are, let's call it that, to me, and the crowd was rah.
It just makes no sense.
The people who still wear face masks talking about somebody being scared
and weak.
She's
the one who won't do any interviews unless they are created for her with these snowball questions.
Yes.
It's absurd. Absolutely absurd.
Absolute shenanigans. Somebody get the brooms. Shenanigans.
I mean, does she think just for saying this stuff out loud is going to make it true? I just can't. I don't understand.
I don't either. I just put the chats all up on the screen there so everybody else can see each other's chats. I apologize. I should have done that earlier. Let's shift gears a little. Well, I'll tell you what, let's read a few chats here. Going back to let's see if there's anything worth really jumping out at. All right, like Alan Ladd on YouTube says, could it be that this is something that the Secret Service can point to and say they aren't incompetent? Going back to the shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but was it the secret? It seems to be the sheriff's department that called it, not the Secret Service.
Right.
So I don't know that this helps the Secret Service. Look, I want to be very careful about this Secret Service thing. I have a family member that's retired Secret Service. I have a cousin that Secret Service was through the Reagan era, and he was at the White House stuff the whole time. There's a lot of really good men and women in the United States Secret Service.
Yeah.
I don't think that, and there may be a mole or whatever, but I think this is a top-down situation than it is a bottom-up. This ain't the guys protecting Trump that are slipping here. This is the leadership not providing them with everything they need to properly protect Trump. So I want to be careful about how we say that. It's kind of like when I talk about JPD. I don't think it's necessarily the cops in the cars. There are some incompetent ones. Don't get me wrong. Some diversity hires that shouldn't be cops, just like at the Secret Service. But I think generally speaking, the overwhelming majority of the cops in Jackson are good cops.
Yeah.
Same with Secret Service. I think it's a top-down problem. Sans the current chief of Jackson Police, I have nothing but respect for him. Anyway, just wanted to tie that in together there real quick. Like Alan Ladd also says, look, they caught a would-be assassin. Yeah, I think this ends up being look, as a Trump guy, I'm cool with saying, oh, look, they tried to kill him again. But because it makes him look like they just can't stop, won't stop.
Mm-hmm.
If my 30,000 foot view, what I've had time to focus on, I think it's a nothing bag. But what does throw me off is the passports.
Yeah, that's very strange.
The sovereign citizen tag stuff and all that. I got some suspicions there, but I'm just going to tell you what this guy really reeks of is QAnon.
Yeah. Yeah.
like just a QAnoner. And that's a different, I don't claim them.
No, neither do I. No.
So with that being
It's
said,
very strange that he goes straight to Fox News and does an interview saying that's not true. I want to see how this plays out.
it's going to be interesting. And the fact they let him out on a $5,000 bond, there's been no federal charges.
Something's not adding up there.
Yeah, because they really thought that's what this was. He wouldn't be bonding out.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to you guys may have, again, it's kind of like while you were sleeping
Yeah.
type stuff here. Obama, Sean's Lord and Savior, has really upset some black men this weekend or over the last few days by kind of scalding them a little bit and telling them basically they ain't black if they don't vote for Kamala. And I guess I've got this one video of this guy just cuss his way to play it during the next commercial break for people online. So if y'all want to make sure you're watching online too, at Save JXN on Facebook, YouTube, and X, or Lindsey Beckham's Facebook page or YouTube. Anyway, I'm going to play a really good uncensored interview there. I'm pulling up the, you gotta bear with me 1 second. I'm pulling up the Obama clip here because I want to make sure we have all the context here. We're never going to play stuff out of context.
Yeah.
Like this ain't the mainstream news. We're going to do right by you guys and play you everything. All right. Here's Obama's lecture to black men. You're going to have to turn your volume up on this because he doesn't actually have a mic in front of him. The mic is off to the side just a little bit. Y'all give me 1 second to get this queued up. We're almost there. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. I can only go as fast as my technology will allow me. Y'all don't get mad at me. You're going to like it. All right, there's that.
Unless you're a black man.
Yeah, unless you're a black man. I think black men will like me for playing this and calling it out. And then I got some opinions on that too. We're going to have to take a break right after this. So y'all bear with me. Here we go. Got it. This is Obama scalding black men.
Is that we have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running. Now, I also want to say that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers.
The brothers.
So if you don't mind, just for a second, I'm going to speak to y'all directly and say that when you have a choice that is this clear, when on the one hand you have somebody who grew up like you, knows you, went to college with you, understands the struggles and pain and joy that comes from those experiences. He's had to work harder and do more and overcome and achieves the second highest office in the land.
All right. Let's take a break. We ran over there. I'm going to play an exclusive, uncensored reaction video during the break online. And we got some other videos we're going to play for you guys listening on the radio that are radio friendly. Go follow us now at Save JXN on Facebook, YouTube, or X for that exclusive video. We will be right back with Lindsey Beckham here on the Clay Edwards Show. We got a whole nother 20 minutes to go. We're going to squeeze as much in as we can. We'll be right back. All right, guys, girls, let me cue up this other video for y'all. There was no way I could play this on the radio, and there's no way I could beep it enough to make it radio friendly. So y'all give me 1 second here. This is wild. These are like what I call like OG black dudes that they don't look like you're kind of, what they would call Uncle Tom types or nothing like that. These ain't like country black dudes. These are urban. black dudes that if I was stereotyping, I wouldn't have picked as a guy who said, screw it, I've had enough. Make sure everything looks good here for the live. There we go. All right. If you got kids around, you do not want them listening to this. Or maybe you do. I'm just saying. Here we go.
People want to act like Trump is the worst motherfucker in the world, but guess what? He was already president, and all this shit you talking about didn't happen. He didn't make himself a dictator, and this whole shit about he's going to make himself a dictator is really taken so out of context that it's ridiculous. He said he'd make himself a dictator on the first day, to implement some shit, and then, but that was, trust me, said tongue in cheek. It was not said seriously. Y'all already living in Project 2024. Okay, you worried about Project 2025 when they already ran Project 2020 on you with the scandemic and all that fucking bullshit. Like, what the fuck are y'all really even talking about? Y'all trying to act like scare me into thinking that he's so bad that I should just vote for this broad just because. But guess what? I feel that she's so bad. She's the one that scares me. So I feel that she's so bad that guess what? I might just go fuck around and vote for Trump.
There you go.
And this is my first time saying this out loud. But y'all motherfuckers think you're going to shame somebody or bully a nigga into voting for this bitch? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And now you're going to make me be Mr. Anti. You keep coming at me with this bullshit. You keep coming at me talking about, oh, it's a shame that you're not supporting a black woman. She's not black. She's Indian. She ain't black. Fuck out of here. And they're gonna, listen, I don't give a fuck. Trust me, the sentiment on the street in the real world is a lot of people are not fucking with this woman. They see right through her. And they're trying to blame it on black men, but no, I see a lot of black women that are not fucking with her neither.
I love it.
Good for him.
I love it. How awesome is that?
Good for him.
We got to have more of that. And and I'm gonna tell you, down here in the South, it's a little different because just historically with everything, it's just a little different. But I think that seems to be the sentiment in other parts of the country. There, all right, guys, we're gonna take a quick little moment of silence as we come back from this break. Welcome back into the Clay Edwards Show. We're live here on 103.9 FM WYAB. This segment brought to you by our friends over at Boykin Contractors in Florence, Mississippi.
If you need a deck.
Yes, look, I was telling Big Earl about my big deck energy idea the other day. He liked it. So look, man, Boykin Contractors, look, they can do construction, roofing, remodeling, additions, repairs. They can do work all over the metro area. They got tons of repeat customers, a lot of great reviews. Go check them out online. Search Boykin Contractors on Google, Facebook, etc. Hey, look, man, Bryce, he's a good Christian dude. He operates his business with honesty and integrity. And look, here's one of the other things. Just to prove that point, he's licensed, bonded, and insured with the Mississippi Board of Contractors. You go mess around and find out what happens when you get a non-licensed, bonded, and insured handyman to build you something and it messes up and your insurance company won't allow you to claim it on insurance, or the city, wherever you're doing it, because they didn't pull a permit, finds out and they make you tear it out. It ain't that nickel you save 99.9% of the time, it ain't worth it. Get a pro, and that's Bryce Boykin with Boykin Contractors. Just Google them. That's the easiest thing to do. You're not going to remember another phone number this morning. Boykin, Boykin Contractors, Florence, Mississippi. All right, man, we played you a pretty raw, uncensored video there during the break. According to the chatters in the comment section, they loved it. We need more of it. I'm going to retweet that over at X for you guys to see here in just a minute. But I got a couple more videos that are family friendly of angry black guys replying to Obama.
A lot of them are angry.
A lot of them don't like having their finger wagged at. This dude here, I don't know his name, but I would love to meet this guy here. Here's another angry black man who says he also knows his daddy and don't need Obama to play surrogate dad too. This is great.
I love it. Love it.
Sorry, Obama. I'm a black man and I'm voting for Donald Trump for president, and there is no amount of lecturing or bullying or shaming that you can do that is going to make me change that decision. I am not afraid to vote for Kamala Harris because she is a woman. I refuse to vote for Kamala Harris because she has spent the last 4 years destroying this country. She has spent the last 4 years throwing up the borders to illegal immigrants. She has spent the last 4 years destroying this economy. We have seen over the past couple of months that she is not fit to be president. She can barely speak. She can't articulate a vision. And actually, she's pretty stupid. And if you think that I, as a black man, am going to let that waltz into the White House, that is going to get my vote because you're lecturing me and you're bullying me, and you may be the surrogate black dad for a lot of fatherless black boys that are running around this country, but I got a dad, I know who he is, and it ain't you. I'm voting for Donald Trump for president. Take it or leave it. Sorry, Obama.
I want to applaud after that. Like, good for him.
I was over at my desk last night working, and when I heard that, I literally was like, hell yes. I want to listen to that end part again.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid. And if you think that I, as a black man, am going to let that waltz into the White House, that is going to get my vote because you're lecturing me and you're bullying me, and you may be the surrogate black dad for a lot of fatherless black boys that are running around this country, but I got a dad, I know who he is, and it ain't you. I'm voting for Donald Trump for president. Take it or leave it. Sorry, Obama.
I love it. Now we got another video here. We got another one here of a fella, and this guy probably comes across more like a country black dude, and he got a Trump hat on and everything. Let's see here, y'all bear with me. I save a ton of links in my show notes. Lindsay, you can talk.
Is it just me, or does it almost seem like Obama is the one racist here? When he is talking to these men and saying, she's one of us, she knows what it's like to be you. I mean, to me, that comes off as racist. Does that make her a better candidate for president just because of the color of her skin?
Again, she's not even black, so I won't entertain none of that from her.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to. I'm not going to play that game with them. She ain't black. She wasn't black till it was politically convenient to be black. So I'm not going to play that game with her. This dude right here is on fire. He even sings a song. So I just love it, man. I love seeing my black brothers and sisters step up and break the chains of the Democrat plantation and come out here and enjoy freedom in the real world.
What you thought you was doing, Barack Obama? Boy, you didn't step out there. All you did was piss black men off, bruh. All you did was piss black men off. Why y'all think the American people, why y'all think the Democrat Party own black folk? The Democrat Party don't own black folks, bruh. What you thought you was doing with that? We see the play. We know we see the play. Kamala Harris is losing. She's not gonna win. So you done stepped on out. Yeah, you know, black people, if you're voting for Donald Trump and not Kamala Harris, this is unacceptable. Man, look, check this out. This is what I gotta say to you. 1, 2, Trump is coming for you. 3, 4, you won't win no more. 5, 6, the election was fixed. 7, 8, y'all made a mistake. 9, 10, Trump is coming again. 9, 10, Trump is coming again. Bam!
Bam!
I love it.
And
that is great.
And if you're listening on radio, you really need to go back and watch that video because he's got a Trump hat on and he throws it up in the camera at the end. There's a bam. Very, very animated character here. I dig it, man. I love seeing my black brothers and sisters step up. And this is what I want to drive this point home. This is what I've been talking about. And when these angry black for a living Democrats call me a racist, it's because I just telling them their way ain't working.
Yeah.
I love black dudes like this, but I thought I was a racist. If I was a racist, I would hate these black people too.
Exactly.
I love black people.
I
hate
that
Democrats.
I love that they have the nerve to stand up and say, who do you think you are? Do you think I'm stupid? Do you think that all black people have to be Democrats? Why do you think you own us and get to choose who we vote for? We're not stupid.
Well, Democrats have always owned black people, so they think they still do.
Yeah.
I mean, those were all white Democrats that owned slaves.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why they hated. That's why they hated a Republican Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
They've tried to make this go away, and said there was a big flip, that the racist Democrats flipped to becoming Republicans somewhere along the line. No, they didn't. They're still Democrats.
Yeah,
still Democrats. You know, the most guilt-ridden white people I know, the most guilt-ridden white folks who love to call everybody else that doesn't vote Democrat a racist, especially here in the South. Every single one of them's family owned slaves.
Yeah.
Everyone. And they had the audacity to talk about us being racist and because we won't go along with their nonsense.
Because that's the only thing they can throw at you is you're racist.
Yeah. I don't care. Look, people are over this whole being called a racist thing.
I think so. I mean, this is proving it.
Like I said earlier, you know, Obama want to sit there and he wants to lecture everybody about you ain't black if you ain't voting for Kamala. She's one of you. Kamala don't even like black men. She ain't married
exactly.
one. She likes married black men that aren't married to her, but she doesn't like to marry black men.
Or men with testosterone, for that matter.
Yeah, kind of find out. I don't know, man. Look, what's his name?
Doug
Emhoff. And she wouldn't even take his name.
I know.
I'm sorry, man. I don't take you if you're married and you don't take your husband's last name. You're not serious. You're married for the wrong purposes. I used to see it in the car business a lot. Couples would come in that they were married, didn't even have the same last name, and didn't even live at the same house. It was a business arrangement.
That's so strange to me. I don't understand why you would not want to take your husband's last name.
Yep. Let's see here. Unknown texture on the Guns of Gear text line says Obama sounds. Let's threaten. I gotta see if I can make this make sense. Sorry. Obama sounds. Let's threaten. Then Kim Wade trying to scare blacks into voting for Trump, and those black guys don't speak for black guys. Don't get fooled. I don't know what you're saying there, brother. That's a little off the, little jumbled up, we shall say. Wild Bill says, read Abe Lincoln's thoughts on black people. He would be considered a white supremacist nowadays. Oh, yeah, look, I'm sure. They were all men of their times. Peekaboo on the live chat says there were black slaveholders too, 100%. People are enjoying the 1-2, Trump is coming for you.
I like it.
Roger on the live chat says, we need more of that across the country, and it needs to get out to the ones that are being sheltered from these type of videos. Jonathan says that one guy was Lord Jamar. Oh, the one that was cussing a lot. Lord Jamar. He was in an influential rap group, Brand Nubian in the 90s. I'll have to check that out. All right, guys, let's take our last break here. Come back, land the plane for the day. Guys online, don't go anywhere. I'm going to chat with y'all during this last break here with Lindsey Beckham on the Clay Edwards Show. All right. All right, guys, what a fun show this was today. Great start to the week. Going to be hard to keep this going to be hard to top this one tomorrow, but we're 20-something days away, 21, 22 days away from the election.
Getting close.
So should be a lot of news coming out in the news cycle. Hey, guys, be careful about fake stuff, too. There's a lot of fake stuff out there. Try to vet your sources as best you can before you share stuff.
It's hard to do these days.
It is, but don't be a Democrat. Try to vet your stuff a little bit. And look, get out, enjoy it, man. I keep telling everybody, enjoy this fleeting months of America as you know it, because what happens November 5th is going to change this country forever, one way or another. And even if it still get worse before it gets better, if Trump wins, November 5th to January 20th is going to be hell on earth. I'm afraid the Democrats are going to make it hell. There's going to be I wouldn't be surprised if they create all kind of false flag terror attacks in this country and just all kind of stuff. People think, oh man, clearly there's not going to be all these riots and stuff in the streets. I'm not necessarily saying that. I'm saying that, like, I don't think there's going to be these bunch of angry Democrats out rioting in the street. I'm sure there will be in some areas. Don't get me wrong, but I think enough people are ready for change that we're not going to see like what we saw in 2020. What we're going to see is our government creating situations of rioting and terror attacks and everything else. And they're going to start activating all these people that they've allowed to come across that border to do what they're here for and create such chaos that who knows what happens. And hey, look, again, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. So we shall see.
I don't see it being peaceful either way it goes.
No,
there's going to be some pushback.
Me either. I am retweeting both all three of those videos that I played this morning.
Really,
so if y'all want to go back and watch those, they're all on the X, the @SaveJXN on X. And would appreciate y'all hitting the share button wherever you're watching right now. Help us get to some more followers, more views. We'd love to start being able to do super chats and stuff and making a little bit of cachet on some of this stuff. I'm just hitting repost on all these. All right, everything has been reposted. Online followers, I'm about to dip out of here, come back, say our goodbyes to our radio audience for the day. You guys have a blessed one.
I'm going to repost them from yours as well, so they'll be.
Yeah, you guys have a blessed one. Yeah, hey, look, man, y'all get out for lunch today. Martin's downtown or Martin's at Livingston. Try whatever the Blue Plate special of the day is. Monday Night Football will be rocking and rolling tonight at both locations. Be drink specials and more. Also, burgers, blues, barbecue, same thing. 3 locations. All got a great plate lunch. You can get red beans and rice and sausage or hamburger steak every day with an alternating third meat. And look, they got Flowwood right there, the brand new location at Dogwood. They've got Madison right there on Main Street. And of course, they've got I call it the mothership. It's the one in downtown Brandon where I live. Great fun location with a huge patio. Get out there, try one of their award-winning burgers. All the games will be on. I say all the games. There's one Monday Night Football game. It'll be on the big screens. Come out, enjoy it. You never know. I may be there on a Monday night. Maybe I won't. Maybe I will. I love Monday Night Football. I just hate early Tuesday mornings after enjoying myself on Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
But all right, man.